Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, it's not the birthday I had planned, but it's my birthday today. I turn 62 and yeah, I feel a little older today. And that's about it. I felt like I'm still 40 since I was 35. I'm a little bit of an oddball, but I was recently looking at this article after another incident on Carnival Cruise Line in the Punchline Comedy Club, and then they had a poll. And for the love of God, Carnival, don't do this. So another incident happened in a comedy club. This time it happens to be Carnival Cruise Line's Punchline Comedy Club, where a person wrote in and said they were made fun of, humiliated, and insulted by the comedian on board. And what was John Hill going to do about it? Well, John Hill, as normal, will say, hey, if somebody got offended or was picked on in any way or something was wrong, he will look into it and try and fix it. See if he can fix the issue and what happened. Well, apparently the person left out a few details. Surprise, 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 right? There's always two sides to a story. There's always the side that one person is saying, there's always the side the other person is saying, and neither the two shall ever meet in the middle very often. But what they left out was that they were actually removed from the Punchline Comedy Club for consistently shouting, heckling, and shouting profanities to the comedian through the entire show. Security had to be called, and other passengers were trying to get this person to stop talking and shut up. And of course, that didn't happen because obviously they were insulted, humiliated, and embarrassed, or drunk. One of the two things, right? But yeah, I don't get the fact that people will go to a comedy club and it's called the Adult Only Comedy Club, and then they're offended by certain material. Comedians are going to talk about things, especially things in the news, especially on comedy clubs, because most of their acts are intermingling with the audience, and they will pick up on things in the audience and make fun of them. Some of the most successful comedians in the world out there do audience work, right? They just go after the people in the audience and pick on them, and people know what to expect, especially if you're sitting in the first row or second row of a comedy club. You know you're the target possibility. So why are you going if you're easily offended, or if there's a topic you might not like? We have an election going on in the United States, apparently. I'm from Canada, remember, folks. And, well, maybe a comedian might make some political jokes. Now, if a comedian was smart, they would do political jokes on both sides. So no one can say they're picking on one side or the other. Or if they're even smarter, they avoid the political context altogether, because that's a no-win situation. You will never convince somebody of another political party that your party is right and their party is wrong. You will never do it. Never, 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 never do it. So why even bother? But apparently, John Hill said, maybe you shouldn't go. But then he posted something and had a poll. And they were thinking, well, would other people be less upset and less, get annoyed, insulted if it was like other fellow passengers and they had an open mic night in the comedy club instead, where everyone can get up and do it? And honestly, that is a ludicrous idea. If you think for a moment that people with unlimited drink packages, etc., in a late-night adult-only comedy club venue are going to be kinder to other cruise passengers than a professional comedian who knows how to handle hecklers and has dealt with this in the past, this is asking for trouble. You think there's trouble now in comedy clubs. Imagine getting up there and making some political jokes, and then somebody gets angry at you. Now, you're not a crew member. You're another fellow passenger. And you're going to meet this person somewhere else on the cruise, possibly. What if that person is so angry at what you said that they want to fight you and track you down and confront you? You might have thought it was funny. Other people might not think it's funny. It doesn't really matter. You don't want to put passengers in that situation where people get angry with them for something, especially when they think they're being funny. So no, for the love of God, Carnival, for the love of God, John, don't even contemplate this idea. And all the other cruise lines out there, by the way, don't even contemplate this idea. This is a no-win situation, and I guarantee you, you start having open mic nights, you would have more fights and more arguments and more brawls than you ever thought possible. Because you're taking away the crew member aspect. You're taking away the professional aspect. The person who has been training their lives to do this type of work. And you're putting somebody up there who also might now get insulted, that the person out in the audience is getting insulted at them and heckling them, and maybe they're going to go down and confront the person in the audience. You would have to have 5 or 6 security guards in every open mic just to be safe. Because, yeah, people are going to be people. And there is no way that this would not cause problems. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is even a possibility? Would you think, you know what? Yeah, I think people would be nicer to other passengers. Have you met passengers? You know, have you heard people talk about other passengers before? I have. In fact, I've made a pretty good living sometimes talking about other passengers, but only when they do something wrong. And also how great the ones that I've been meeting have been. Great. Did I cover my tracks there really, really well? Let me know in the comments down below, and until next time, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation,